What's going on, everybody? This is Mugen_Ketsuki, and for today's review, especially for Evo weekend that's happening currently right now, they're in day 2 of the actual event. We will be reviewing the Xbox Wingman converter, so the XB3, which works for the Xbox One, Series X, and Series S. Basically, this is the similar product that if you guys seen on the channel before when I did the I think it's called the P5S, which worked on the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 to use various controllers to be able to be used on the said console, but more or less now it will be on the Xbox that we'll be able to use multiple controllers. So the possibilities now, you can have Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller or Nintendo Switch Pro, 1 controller, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 controllers, even arcade sticks that are just natively only working for said console can now be utilized with this dongle to have at least 1 millisecond of lag input on the system, which is great, again, especially for Evo weekend or for people who play fighting games, and you can just take this little dongle and you'll be good to go. So hopefully when we update this bad boy to the latest firmware, which again I recommend with all the dongles, especially playing fighting games and so on and so forth, you want to make sure you're on the latest firmware so you won't have no issues with compatibility just in case of the console came out with updates, so on and so forth. So we're definitely going to try this out. It basically comes with turbo feature, and it's for fighting sticks and controller usage compatibility when you hook it up with wired. It does claim that you get to use this in wireless mode, so we're going to see if we can use it for wired and wireless, because it does state that it does support it, just like the P5S version of this for the Nintendo Switch 2 and the PlayStation 5. So again, very excited to review this because we'll probably be testing out Killer Instinct 2013 on the console. We'll probably be trying various other games that are like digital downloads, so on and so forth. So you guys will find out once we get further into the video. So let's get this bad boy updated to the latest firmware. Let's do an overview on the website, and yeah, let's see what this holds. Alright, here we got the overview of the actual XB3 showing on the main website here. Again, it's very similar to the P5S, but again, you're just basically on the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X or S using many different compatible controllers. You can also use the converter software to update it or use turbo or macro features on the actual dongle itself. And again, it's pretty much the same thing here as, like I said, the other previous versions, but you guys had a quick overview for that. And again, as it says there, please always remember to update to the latest firmware. I cannot stress this enough, guys. You need to make sure that it's always up to date, and to prevent any issues when it comes to like the console, because it can have its own updates and then it can probably make the dongle not compatible. So we're going to update it to the latest firmware, which is version 1.35, which is in beta at the moment. And here it's going to be updating, and then it's going to confirm. While this is happening, again, guys, please take advantage that they do have many of their products lined up on the Amazon website, which I will be putting in the link in the description below. Alright, we are testing out the actual product now. The first video that we have here is with the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller, playing Killer Instinct 2013, and I'm choosing to play with Thunder at the moment, and I'm just picking Spinal just for the sake of it. And like I mentioned in the other video with the P5S, latency is very low. It can be as good as 1.5 to even 1 millisecond of latency. Has 1000 hertz pulling rate, especially on the computer side of things when you have it wired connected. We are testing this wirelessly for now because there's no need to have it plugged in for wired. And again, excuse my my combo using Thunder. It's been several years since I played this game competitively, so I can't stress that enough. right, and with that being said, I'll just be quiet for the remainder of this portion of the video, and I'll let you hear the rest of it. Alright, we're switching over to the next slide here, and I believe we'll be playing Gears of War with the Xbox 360 controller obviously being connected wired. Now again, it's basically redundant as it's very similar to the Xbox Series X controller on the system, but I just thought I'd show for wired and testing purposes that even something that's like, you know, a very old controller can still work with little to no latency on this XB3 Wingman converter dongle. And again, I can't stress this enough, if you're wanting to use certain controllers for tournaments on the go, going to a friend or a family's house or whatever the case may be, you can just take one of these dongles, bring your preferred controller of use, and you could just start playing right away. It does have a vast majority of compatibility. I think it's over 100 plus controllers, wired or wireless. You just have to check on the main website, and then you can get the full details and disclosure on the brooksaccessories.com website. Now here, again, just testing out like the aiming and the latency of like using Marcus Phoenix, just, you know, going down the cover fire, picking up ammo, shooting, zooming in with the, I don't remember if it's the burst rifle or if it's called something else. It's been a while since I played the game. And also for some people who is curious to know about like, you know, can this work and be viable in terms of like being able to switch on the fly, being able to just, you know, desync and resync another controller? The answer is yes. The only thing is you just have to make sure that you're very aware of how to pair the controller if you're doing it wirelessly by holding in the two clear parts where it lights up, and then it just has to blink rapidly. I think it'll flash blue repeatedly when it's in pairing mode, and then from there you'll just either plug it in wired and you just sync it up that way, or you can just, you know, do the whole pairing. Like on the PlayStation 5, you have to hold the PlayStation home button and the share button, I believe, in order for it to sync up. Okay, now we're gonna go into the last slide here, which is testing out the Nintendo Switch 1 Pro controller. Unfortunately, the controller did die, and I had to use it in wired mode, which is perfectly fine because I had a long enough USB Type-C cable to connect to the XB3 Wingman converter. And for the last game, we are playing Dead or Alive 4, which is on the Xbox 360 side of things. And I gotta say, for the Switch controller playing a fighting game like Dead or Alive 4 without having to use the preferred like Xbox 360 controller, or even like the Xbox One/Series X or S controller, it still performs very well. Everything is mapped correctly as it's intended to. You just gotta put it in your head like, okay, I gotta memorize the buttons, because it is slightly swapped in terms of the face buttons with the X, Y, B, and A portions, but everything else is pretty much the same here. And again, I'll just be doing like a short little demonstration of like training mode. me playing with Hayate, just beating up Jan Lee, and I think I pick in the casino area. And again, I wish I had more time to test out more various controllers, but I am very limited of how many third-party controllers I have, because again, if it's not the official controllers for the console that's supported, it would just be arcade sticks. So hopefully, you know, you could go on the website, see what controller that you may or may not have, and then you can know what to get, or even like, you know, prefer to use. Alright guys, that is the end of the video for the XB3 Wingman converter for the Xbox One and the Series X and S. Again, it's very similar to this product here, which is the P5S, which does the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. It's more or less the same if you just need something to have on the go, to have the most compatibility to use for your arcade sticks, wired or wireless controllers. These two products here, especially since it's Evo weekend, will be the perfect gift for you guys to pick up, go to a tournament, go to a friend's house, family's house, and just play whatever desired controller you have. I will say, at least for both of these guys here, besides it being tournament ready and stuff like that, my only caveat with it that I wish that in the future there'll be more updates is that they keep improving the controller compatibility list, because there was a Hori controller, a wired Hori controller that I have that I wanted to test out. It does read it on the this one here perfectly fine. It didn't read it on this the first time. I might need a firmware update. I'll have to look into that and possibly another review. But with this one, it worked, but the buttons is all over the place. Like for you to confirm, I couldn't hit like the home button. Again, it was scrambled. I'm pretty sure if I would have went, you know, dug deep into it to like the button mapping, I probably could have got it to work. But that's like taking the extra step for that. But again, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoy the overview, firmware update, showing off the games with the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller, playing with the Xbox 360 controller, and playing with the Nintendo Switch 1 Pro controller as well to demo everything out. Again, it is Evo weekend. We're in day 2 of Saturday. Definitely, if you're not watching it, you should, because again, it's Brooks is there. They have their own little booth that they having throughout the entire Evo weekend. I don't know if they're doing anything in terms of like sales for their products, but I know they are unveiling a brand new product, which is for the fighting board, which makes it like 8,000 hertz, which is insane. That's like super little to no lag latency. So definitely, you know, go to their booth if you haven't already. Again, shout outs to Brooks Gaming for sending these things for me to review, and being a part of the Brooks Creators Club is just a great thing. So again, there'll be links over here on the sides here. This side will be for my content. This side will be for Beast 1X5, as he's done reviews of both of these products here. I will also put in a link below to the official Amazon page where you can buy both of these products at will. I'm not sure if there's any sales going on, but again, it's a recommended buy. You can't go wrong with these things, you know. So all right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.